Hi guys, so I've always held out hope that the Labour Party would get their arses in gear and start challenging Brexit. Well, perhaps we're starting to see the wheels slowly creaking forward. According to The Independent, a few hours before Keir Starmer was planned to deliver his speech, firebrand David Lammy came out and blamed Brexit for the problems Britain is facing at the moment in regards to shortages, and he said that his party, Labour, would, and I quote, fix it. Now, if we turn back the clock to the beginning of this year, Starmer said that there was no case for renegotiating the agreement Prime Minister Boris Johnson and the EU had signed. It was seen at the time that we needed to put Brexit to bed and move on. Now, people who follow this and other channels that cover Brexit knew full well that Brexit was not going away, it was just getting started. Lammy told the BBC, and I quote, "There are challenges for hauliers, of course, right across Europe. But let's be clear, there are no queues in Spain, in Germany or France. So what's the difference? The difference is that we exited the European Union on Boris Johnson's deal. We're out of the customs union. The cabotage system that were set up that allowed drivers to come here and go back with goods, and the tariffs that we now have mean that drivers aren't coming." So Lammy was then asked what a Labour government would do to change the deal that was signed, noting that it would require renegotiation with the European Union. David said, "This is his deal. When we come to government, we'll have to look at how we fix his deal." He added, "Let's be clear, shortages right across the country, shortages of fruit pickers, shortages of builders, shortages in terms of lorry drivers, all of that is down to Boris Johnson, Michael Gove, Priti Patel, Dominic Raab, and the promises they made to the British people." Starmer is going for broke here, it seems. He has seen off threats to his leadership, and the party know that if they want to get the Tories and Boris Johnson out, they need to unite behind him. Some Corbyn supporters were quite gloomy at the conference. Some, it appeared, heckled the leader during his speech. While it's understandable that some people believe that he's taking the party in the wrong direction, the focus, I think, should be on defeating Johnson and the Tories. Yes, I understand that a massive swing would be needed, and even with that, it's pretty much impossible for the Labour Party to win on their own. However, this U-turn on attacking Brexit, if it is really that, is highly welcomed. If Labour present themselves as fixers, I think this could be their winning ticket. Boris Johnson is the breaker, Keir Starmer is the fixer. That needs to be the narrative. Starmer told a BBC interviewer that he would choose winning over unity, without even thinking about it. This has to be welcomed. It seems that narratives are much more important than policies at the moment. Starmer must attempt to present himself not just as a fixer on Brexit, but on issues like the NHS, social care, housing, jobs, poverty, and other bread and butter issues. I think that the public are getting tired of excuses and scapegoats. If the Labour Party can present themselves as problem solvers, then I think this could be their new vision. While Boris Johnson's government has pushed hard for changes to the Northern Ireland Protocol, the EU has said that it's not open for renegotiation. But if the Labour Party said that it was more open to membership of the single market or the customs union, there could be a chance that the EU would bite. It must be remembered that on the EU side, they have been quite burnt by British promises and political games. I highly doubt that they're interested in kick-starting Brexit negotiations. It's also important that Labour know that any attempts to fix problems related to Brexit will be met with not resistance from businesses or the public, but by the Tories and their friends in the media. Farage would likely be itching for another Brexit saga. I welcome this change, and I hope that they don't mess it up. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.